Afternoon, Andrew. Afternoon, everybody. Yeah, walking in here. Flag up. They're off. Racing for Division 2 of the QuinBet.com handicap hurdle race. And Dove Deschamps goes straight to the front as they head towards the backstretch for the first time. Dove Deschamps in front by a couple of lengths. Also racing prominently is Kiweo in company with Espoir Riviere. And a little bit deeper out, Tomorrow's Angel. Deepest of all is Ever So Much. And going down the inside, Sissinghurst with the white jacket and the pale blue spots. They take the turn into the backstretch for the first time then, approaching flight number 1. Dove Deschamps, the green and black checks with the black sleeves and an orange cap, leads by a half length to Kiweo in the yellow and green racing second, and the orange with the purple cross belts of Tomorrow's Angel racing 3 deep at flight number 1. All sailing over that fine. Espoir Riviere tucks in fourth, the black jacket with the yellow cross belts, horse with a white face. Sissinghurst towards the inside, Sea Point just behind the pace and the starred jacket, out wide Ever So Much in the hoops. Viking Ruby is centre pack. That one's followed through by The Gap, who races further towards the inside. Sam 2 races well back, so too Simply Lucky. Another one towards the back of the field is Briac, and the overall back marker is Fortier. But Alan Corley's got that one only about 7 off the leader. They're quite closely grouped as they approach flight number 3. Dove Deschamps towards the inside then, with a lead of about a neck to Kiweo and Tomorrow's Angel as they negotiate that flight. Tomorrow's Angel just a little bit slower than the other two up front. They take the turn back towards the home straight for the first time, and Dove Deschamps and William Shanahan show the way by 3 parts of a length to Kiweo and Ryan Day racing second. Tomorrow's Angel still close up in third, followed by Sissinghurst on the inside of Espoir Riviere and 3 deep of those Sea Point. Out widest of all is Ever So Much, and then sitting centre pack Viking Ruby races just in advance of The Gap in the yellow, red and green chevrons. Yellow jacket is Briac racing towards the back. Sam 2 still well back, so too Fortier and the stripes of Simply Lucky. All safely negotiating the fourth, although a couple of leery jumps. I think it was The Gap who might have knocked that flat. They go down towards the next, flight number 5, Dove Deschamps. In front by a couple of lengths to Kiweo racing in second, and then near side Tomorrow's Angel. Right behind those Espoir Riviere and Sissinghurst going the shortest way. The pale jacket towards the inside. Sea Point wider with Ever So Much, then Viking Ruby. Here's the flight which will be the last next time around. The Gap back in the field from Sam 2, and then still well back Briac, Viking Way and Fortier. So up towards the winning post they come. They've got a full circuit to travel in Division 2 of the long distance handicap hurdle, and probably 10 lengths first to last as Dove Deschamps leads them away on the final circuit. They'll bypass what would have been the 7th then, so quite a long run before they leave the ground at the first in the back stretch. Dove Deschamps in front by about a length over Kiweo racing second, and then Tomorrow's Angel close up in third. Sissinghurst still travels well on the inside rail. They're followed through a little bit deeper by Ever So Much, and between those horses Sea Point. Also sitting between horses at this stage is Viking Ruby, and tucked in behind that little leading group Espoir Riviere, followed through by Sam 2 towards the inside, and a little bit deeper Briac starts to make a little bit of ground. Fortier still well back with The Gap, and so too is Simply Lucky. So they've bypassed that flight of hurdles. They're racing towards the top end of the track and about to take the left-handed turn to go into the back stretch, and still Dove Deschamps is the one on the front end here by about a length to Tomorrow's Angel racing second. Ever So Much out wide is close up third from Sissinghurst in fourth. Then Kiweo slipped back into 5th position. That's followed by Sea Point, and behind Sea Point on the inside Sam 2 making up some ground. Espoir Riviere is with that one, so too Viking Ruby. Just squeezed for a strider 2, Fortier towards the back. Also getting a bit of a squeeze, Simply Lucky. Just in front of those at the back of the field is The Gap. So over on the far side towards flight number 8 they go. Dove Deschamps almost joined by Tomorrow's Angel. Right behind those Sea Points, and then out wide Ever So Much. Sissinghurst on the inside, then Espoir Riviere as they negotiate flight 9. Viking Ruby next, followed by on the inside Sam 2, and with that little group The Gap is trying to improve. Briac's trying to latch onto them as Kiweo drops out. Simply Lucky's dropping out, so too Fortier. So on they go towards flight number 10. This will be 4 flights of hurdles from home, and Dove Deschamps is still there by about a neck to Tomorrow's Angel racing in second. Sissinghurst still racing on a tight rein in third, followed by Sea Point. Ever So Much with a bit of a squeeze on from Viking Ruby as they take the 4th last. They were followed by The Gap. Espoir Riviere seems to have lost its place. as they swing back towards us and head back towards the final 3 flights of hurdles. Dove Deschamps still there by a neck to Tomorrow's Angel racing second, Sissinghurst third towards the inside, then the improving the gap, the red and green chevrons on the inside. Ever So Much is next in the field. Briac is trying to pick up from the back in a yellow jacket. Viking Ruby staying on in the black and white, and they're followed through by Sea Point, who's lost his place, and Espoir Riviere. So down the straight they come. They just bypass that third last, which was damaged on the first circuit, so down towards the second last they come. Dove Deschamps by a length. Tomorrow's Angel, Sissinghurst on the far side, then Viking Ruby trying to join in. These 4 have kicked clear. Here's the second last flight of hurdles, almost 4 in line. Dove Deschamps trying to see them off from the frontier. Tomorrow's Angel scrapping away. Here's Viking Ruby with the rail to help. Sissinghurst now back in 4th. 1 flight to go here. Dove Deschamps the far side, joined by Viking Ruby, who just about jumped to the front there. Viking Ruby driven on by Kevin Brogan, opens up by 2 to 3 lengths. Dove Deschamps trying to respond, then Tomorrow's Angel, but racing up towards the line. Viking Ruby's gone and will go on to score. Viking Ruby goes on to collect well. Very tight second. Tomorrow's Angel went past with Dove Deschamps, and they finished clear of